if you talk to Richard Dolan about who the Men in Black are, he seems to think
OSI?
no. Well, this is really trippy. He thinks it's like counter intel on behalf of the NHI or the aliens or the ETs, because if you think about it, the level of rapid response,
It's
the
unbelievable.
ability to show up and like, you know, kind of know everything about like. It's either like in 1996, we had way more of like think about 1996, the consumer internet wasn't really a thing. Like,
Yeah.
you know, who knows how much information the government, like maybe the U.S. government had a lot of information on its citizens, but did they have information on a citizen of Varginha, on a you know, this guy who's a pilot in Varginha and a geography teacher in Sao Paulo? Probably not, you know?
Yeah.
And then the ability to show up a couple hours after he had seen this crashed craft. So De Souza, did he see any beings with the crash? He just saw the crash.
Just saw the crash. And I asked him, I said, was the section that was still intact, was it big enough to have people? Oh, yes. He said, no question.
Yeah.
Now,
did he see inside it?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't ask him that question. That's a good question.
Yeah.
I think if he had seen inside, he would have told me. But he said there was and he wasn't there for very long, but just a few minutes. But the section was intact. That was still there, and it was about half. Half the size of what it was when it impacted.
7 days after Sousa witnessed the crash, Hubert Ladeira leaves this gym when he and several friends see two military trucks driving into town. They follow them through the neighborhood and come upon a military blockade.
We tried to force our way through, and they raised their rifles, their weapons.
Did you all feel scared at that moment, on that day?
The only time I felt fear was when the soldier raised his rifle, because until then, I had never seen such a large weapon, and no one had ever pointed a gun in my direction, you know.
And you have some reason to believe that 2 or 3 beings came out, and one of the beings, and you have the mayor on record testifying to this. The mayor's nephew's girlfriend was one of the 3 girls that saw one of the beings.
Yes.
The news has just arrived at this very moment. The Agueras have spotted some kind of creature up there, close to the Maracanã gymnasium.
Just around the corner from the military blockade, 3 young girls had an encounter of the third kind.
The sisters Valkyria, who is 14 years old, and Lilian, who is 16 years old, are also very frightened. It's the first time they've come back to this very place since Saturday, January 20th.
That strange round thing, wow, it was incredibly strange. And it had these things like horns right on its head. Its skin was brown, and it looked like it had some kind of oil all over its body. It had a huge foot, and its eyes were super wide and red.
And then I think you have some reason to believe that one of the beings made its way over the hill and possibly towards the water, and then was captured with a net. Is that right?
Yeah, that was with the fire department earlier. That's why I keep thinking, because that one was alive, because we have testimony of someone that was in the area when it was in a net. They captured it with a net like they would with a wild animal or something like that.
So wild.
But it was screaming like a little baby.
That's what they said, screaming like a child.
Screaming like a child, yeah.
The fire department was dispatched to this location after receiving several calls from concerned residents who reported seeing something strange in the area.
Eles falaram que o bicho que pegar chorava muito, chorava como uma criança.
First of all, I'd like to take a quick moment to acknowledge all the Brazilian UFO researchers that have done a stellar job helping expose this story. Claudio Covo, Pacacini, Uberajada Rodriguez, Marco Petit, AJ Javard. I mean, these guys that came before us, Marco Leal's been on it for over 20 years. My partner, he's amazing. And the persistence of all of them, and Marco and I knocking on doors, like going downtown, putting up signs, like leading us to people. Like, I just want to give one example of how we got to the girls. Because the girls are like, this is not a career-enhancing move for these girls in a small town to be talking about. They got made fun of, ridiculed, laughed at, like their life was a living hell.
Mhm.
Men in Black showed up at their mom's house.
And they
threatening-
got offered cash
They got-
to retract their
Yes,
statements.
a lot of
and
money.
they did not.
They did not. And the mother said,
Yeah.
"I will not have, my daughters are not liars. That
Yeah.
will not happen."
That's
And
right.
they were very intimidating to her. And like, so all this pressure and all this, but I was in Varginha, I'm going to say it was my second or third time, and it was probably 2012 would be my guess. And I was doing a silly TV show, which I'm not proud of at all. My bad, but whatever. It got me to where I am now, I guess. And I was for National Geographic. Oh God, it was so bad. Sorry, guys. And we were out wandering in the jungle at night, and I got bit by a spider.
Ooh.
And it was like midnight or something. We had no business out. So silly. I got bit by a spider, and by the fang marks, it looked like it could have been a Brazilian wandering spider, which is deadly. They get me to this clinic, and they have to do an anti-venom, and I was up all night getting this drip feed. And then the next day, I didn't get any sleep, and the camera crew, the whole team, they were like, "We're going here, and we got this scheduled." Da, da, da. And I was like, "I've been up all night, man. Like I'm on camera TV talent, and you guys are expecting." I was like, at the very least, I need to stop at a cafe and get a juice, because like Brazil's known for having incredible juice, right? Fresh juice. I love it. Mango, papaya, whatever. And they were like, no, we don't have time. We don't have time. And I was like, and the car was stopped. The van that I was in was stopped at a stoplight, and I just opened the door and got out. I was like, you guys leave without me. I need some juice. I need something to nourish me. So I walked into this random like cafe juice bar, and I'm in there ordering, and this guy's looking at me, and I think he said something in English like, "Hey, are you American?" And I was like, "Yeah." What are you doing here? And I was like, "Oh, I'm kind of working with a TV show, covering the 1996 Varginha incident." He goes, "Oh my gosh, I dated one of the girls." I said, "Really?" And we're trying to reach them. We're trying to find them. And he goes, hang on. Takes his phone out. Boom. Gets her on the phone. "Hey, what's it going to take you to?" And that's how we first met.
Whoa.
And so had I not been bitten by you know what I mean? Like,
whoa.
the way it all went down. Yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
Really crazy, right?
The creature was there.
And we just came by this way.
I didn't realize that's closer than I expected. It's like 8 feet away.
And he was absolutely sweltering, sweating profusely, and it was incredibly hot.
And so he was going through it, suffering from the intense heat, the scorching sun, and the effect it had on his skin. Remember I said, "Hey, everyone, look over there." Then he turned, I saw his eyes, and I immediately ran away. So when he turned, we could only see his eyes and what looked like a slit, but we couldn't really tell if he had a normal mouth like ours or something else entirely.
When they locked eyes with this being, what were they thinking?
Well, it wasn't a human that we saw, honestly. It wasn't an animal either. And so these days, I truly believe it's a being from another planet.
Back then, we were always we were children of Catholic parents, right? And that it could be a demon.
So that's why we ended up being afraid back then,
So the 3 girls run to her house, and they say, "We saw this creature. We might have been the devil," or whatever it was. And do they get in the car and drive here? Do they walk here? How did they get here? And what did they see when they got here?
She said, "Let's go there in the pickup truck." And I told her, "I'm not going, I'm too scared, I won't come back." Then Louisa asked, "Please, won't you come with me?" So I finally got into the pickup truck and we came back. We ended up stopping right here, look.
In that very spot, I saw the creature's track, its foot. I will never forget it. I swear to God. Oh, I'm still trembling. Do you want to see one toe, then another long toe, and then another toe like this? Look.
Smaller. Yes.
Roughly 3 hours after the girls witnessed the strange creature, military police officers Eric Lopes and Marco Ceresi drive down this road on the lookout for something unusual, when suddenly it runs right across their path.
These military personnel exited the vehicle. These soldiers, but most notably Marco Ceresi, wrestled with this creature to bring it under control.
It was captured
by Marco Michels with his bare hands, easily, and take it into the hospital.
So what happens is Marco Shirisi, who's this soldier, apprehends this alien being, grabs him, brings him into the vehicle, right?
Yep.
And
No hesitation. Puts it on his lap.
It's so wild. And then he ends up with this gnarly bacterial infection, and I don't want to get too into the details because Chris Ramsey's going to do an amazing follow-up with you, kind of, which double clicks on this autopsy. But you have the autopsy of this soldier who's died because he basically grabbed an alien being, and it shows bacteria.
Yeah, the founder of the company IPD, and you could get it's an acronym, but the founder of the company, Dr. Giannini, and the guy that did the autopsy on the deceased military officer, Dr. Armando, participated on camera for this cut of the movie.
Yeah, it's amazing. You have the founder, you have the guy who provided the report and all the infrastructure for the report,
the one who founded the company,
and the guy who founded the company, and the autopsy guy.
Yes.
Both saying, and they are using words like ET.
I get goosebumps.
And then they're the ones speculating that the claw from the ET must have punctured the skin, and it's like this.
He said the bacteria most likely came from under the nail of the ET, which didn't mean to it wasn't like an evil ET that tried to kill this guy. He just accidentally, in the process of grabbing it, he got a little scratch right under his armpit.